Well, if you're the devil, what are you going to do in light of such a thing? Oh man, you're going to shift gears. You see, if you can influence culture to step back one significant meter backwards, and instead of saying, wow, you've provided some excellent evidence, I'm going to have to wrestle and think with that. What if the person was to say, oh, what a cute fellow you are, offering reasons and evidence, you know? Good for you. You know, that's your language game. That's what you do in your circles. I live in a whole different sphere. You see, you have to understand something. What's true for you in your little sphere of influence is not true for me in my sphere of influence. There are no overarching universal truths. There are no meta-narratives that are true for all people at all times. Those of you who are bright understand the problem just with my saying that, don't you? Think about that again. There are no universal truth. There are no overarching meta-narratives that are true for all people at all times. By the way, that is at the core of the postmodern problem. That's why it's so easy to tear down this fortress, because I just made a self-refuting statement, didn't I?
Made an absolute.
Yeah, it's a self-stultifying, it's self-referentially incoherent. I'm making a grand universal statement. I'm proclaiming a grand meta-narrative when I claim that there are no grand universal truths or grand meta-narratives. You understand? This whole thing is irrational, folks. And by the way, this really is I'd say the core of modern public schools, this relativism, this postmodern idea that you have your truth and I have my truth, and there is no truth with a capital T that'll help bridge the gap. It's an irrational idea. There's no way around it. Thoughtful people cannot stand under this. That's primarily why postmodernism is withering. People can't live it out, and it truly is irrational, and that sinks in eventually. Because if one generation of professors is pontificating about there are no truths, there are no meta-narratives, and the next generation wants to claw their way to the top, they're going to find the flaws in the current generation's arguments. And it's very easy to find these things.